Those who have been following ITTC know that we have been organizing webinars with lecturers, practitioners, professors from around the world on various topics. But this one is going to be a bit different because it is an introduction to a very interesting course. Today, you're going to get a gist of, some taste of what we are going to do in the next few sessions. Of course, after you register, the details will be provided by our presenter, Mr. Russell Stannard. Yeah, that is the difference between this webinar and the ones that we had in the past. As you see, the title is AI, Artificial Intelligence Essentials for English Teachers, or we could easily call it for language teachers. It is a joint project between ITTC, International Teacher Training College, and I'm sure you already know Russell Stannard, one of the most recognized, well-known ICT experts. The course is a combination of live webinars and high-quality online training videos, which complement each other. More details will be provided by Russell himself, but let me tell you a bit more about, for those who do not know, about our presenter, or the lecturer of the course, or the trainer of the course, let's say, Mr. Stannard. Russell Stannard is a multi-award-winning educational technologist and founder of www.teachertrainingvideos.com. He has more than 77,000 subscribers on YouTube and received awards from British Council, Times Higher, and the University of Westminster, and many other well-established and well-recognized universities and educational institutions in the use of ICT. He trains language educators in the use of technology to enhance teaching and learning. He also provides consultancy to several educational software companies. He was previously an educational technologist at University of Westminster and University of Warwick. As I told you, there are more details which will be provided by Russell himself. And now I guess it is time to invite Mr. Stannard to take the floor. Russell, can you please? Great.
Okay, lovely to see you all. Lovely. Abdullah, nice to see you. Lovely to be working with you again. We've worked together on many occasions. I'm really looking forward to today. Everybody, please, because I'm going to show you some real gems today. I'm really going to give you some insights into the use of AI in language teaching. Everyone, keep your cameras off, keep your audio off, because I'm going to be screen sharing and it will slow everything down. And I really want to get through some material for you. I've just got a really quick presentation, and then we're going to dive straight in, and I'm going to show you today. And we're going to have some fun, actually. So if you've got your telephone nearby, get your telephone ready, because we'll probably do some activities using the telephones as well. So I'm going to do a quick screen share. I've got a little bit of a presentation kind of ready for you. Just a really quick presentation. Just to get us going, but basically I will be spending most of my time showing you technologies that we can use when working in. Okay, so really, we've developed a course, and as Abdullah says, we might even change the title AI Essentials for Language Teachers rather than simply English teachers, because as long as you can speak English, you can do this course. And in fact, nearly everything that I'm going to show you on this course is relevant to many other languages as well. Okay, what I want to do today really quickly is just two things. I want to give you a taster of what you're going to learn on this course, and then I'm going to hopefully get you interested in some of the technologies that we're working with. And then after that, we will be basically taking you through the course and basically sort of showing you how the course is going to work, etc. Okay. Now, I know that many of you will have used ChatGPT. Okay. I have to tell you that I actually work in the AI industry. I do some work with various software companies developing AI, and I hope that I might be able to give you some insights into things that you don't realize. One of the companies that I'm working with is actually connecting up to ChatGPT. Using ChatGPT as part of the development of the software that they're making. And so you can really, hopefully, and I'm going to give you a couple of insights. Now, let me start straight away by showing you of what I mean by insights. I'm going to jump over to ChatGPT. We're on ChatGPT now, and I'm just going to have a quick chat with ChatGPT. So I'm going to click on this button here, and I'm just, in fact, what I'll do is I'll click on New Chat first. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT, ChatGPT, I'd like you to speak to me in Shakespearean English. I want to practice my English of the 15th century. So I'm going to ask you questions and I'd like you to answer as if you were Shakespeare. Is that okay?
Verily, thou hast my consent. Pray, proceed with thy inquiries, and I shall respond in the manner of the 15th century English. What dost thou wish to inquire about?
Okay, incredible. I can literally talk to ChatGPT and tell it to become a completely different character. Let's just ask ChatGPT a few questions. Where were you born?
In the realms of the digital ether, where bits and bytes weave a tapestry of knowledge vast. 'Tis a birth not of flesh and blood, but of algorithms and codes, in the land of silicon and circuitry.
Okay, so I mean, it's incredible that I can do this with ChatGPT. I can just talk to ChatGPT. Okay, I don't have to write to ChatGPT. I'm going to just click here on a new chat. We're going to just try something else now. Okay, so if I, for example, wanted to, I'm just going to click on this button now. We'll do something completely different. ChatGPT, I'd like you to pretend that you were Freddie Mercury. I'd like to find out more about the life of Freddie Mercury, the singer in the band Queen. So can you pretend that you're Freddie Mercury and I'm going to ask you questions to get some information from you?
Of course, I'll do my best to channel my inner Freddie Mercury. Ask away, darling, what would you like to know about the fabulous life of Freddie Mercury?
Okay, lovely. Freddie Mercury, where were you born?
Darling, I was born on September 5, 1946, in Zanzibar, which was then a British protectorate and is now part of Tanzania. My birth name was Farik Bulsara, but you know me better as Freddie Mercury, the rock legend.
So actually you weren't born in England then?
That's correct, love. While I spend much of my adult life in England and am often associated with British rock, I was born in Zanzibar, Africa. My family moved to England when I was a teenager, and it was there that I found my passion for music and eventually formed the iconic band Queen.
Okay, so you understand now that you don't need to write to ChatGPT. You can just speak to ChatGPT. And this is the sort of thing that I'm going to be teaching you on this course. As I said, I work in AI. I'm an educational technologist with a background in languages. That is my specialization, and I train teachers in using technology. But I also do a lot of consultancy work, helping software companies to develop software that they're going to use in language learning. Okay, so I'm not a programmer as such, but I do understand a lot about technology, and obviously I understand a lot about education. I've been in education all my life. I started, my first job was in 1987, teaching English on the island of Crete, and I've worked in several countries, and then eventually become, as I said, a teacher trainer of technology. So this allows us then to suddenly speak to ChatGPT, and this can mean we can do tons and tons of things, and it can make things so easy. Let's imagine that we want to practice the past simple. Let's imagine that we want to practice the second conditional in English, and I needed some examples of the second conditional. I could just click on this button here, ChatGPT, I'm trying to learn the second conditional in English. Can you write me about 10 sentences of examples of the second conditional? Okay? And then,
Certainly. The second conditional in English is used to talk about hypothetical or unreal situations in the present or future.
okay, so you can see immediately, I'm just turning the audio off, that I can just get it to produce language for me of sorts of things that I want to do really, really quickly. Okay, I'm using ChatGPT all the time for my own language studies, but I don't write to ChatGPT. I just simply talk to ChatGPT. It makes my job a lot easier. And it means that I can do all sorts of things. I can ask ChatGPT to write me a story, to make a gap fill activity, etc., etc. So it's really, really easy for me to create content using ChatGPT, and it's much easier if I speak. Now, to speak to ChatGPT is so simple. It's just a little bit of an app, and I'm going to show you in a minute how you download that app. Now, another interesting thing is if I click on new chat here, and I'm going to change the language to Spanish. You can actually talk to ChatGPT in many different languages. Okay, now I speak French, I speak Spanish, I'm learning Polish, but you can notice here there are a number of languages. And I can speak to ChatGPT in one language and telling it to make things for me in another language. So let's just look at a few sorts of examples of things that we could do. So first of all, if I was speaking it to it in English, and let's imagine I wanted to ask ChatGPT to help me with my Polish, I could click on the button and say, ChatGPT, can you give me a list of 10 useful words in Polish to talk about the topic of football? Because I like to communicate with my father-in-law, but my Polish football isn't that good. And off it goes. It's going to give me 10 words. Okay,
Certainly.
immediately.
Here's a list of 10 useful words related to football in.
Okay, so again, I'm just turning off the audio just otherwise it will slow me down. So you can tell it to, you can give it instructions in one language to do things in another language. But of course, what you can also do is you can say, okay, I need to practice my Spanish. Let's imagine that you want to practice your Spanish, or for me, it's a really good idea because I speak Spanish, but I don't have a lot of Spanish people around me. If I want to practice, then I can just click on here and I'm just going to check the ChatGPT. GPT, ¿me puedes hablar en español? ¿Hablas español también?
Sí, claro, puedo hablar en español. ¿En qué puedo ayudarte hoy?
Me gustaría saber un poquito sobre el capital de España, la ciudad de Madrid. ¿Me puedes contar un poquito de información sobre la población de Madrid y un poquito sobre qué es interesante visitar si estoy en Madrid? Okay, and off it goes.
Por supuesto, Madrid es la capital de España y es también la ciudad más grande del país. Aquí te dejo un poco de información sobre la población y...
Okay, right, it's kind of giving me too much information. I could go back and tell ChatGPT to give me less information, okay? So you've got these languages. You're not limited to only communicating in English, but obviously one of the most useful things for us to do is to communicate in English to ChatGPT, and that means that let me just do something really quick. Okay, I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to write me a story, and then I'm going to build some exercises around that story. So again, because I can talk to ChatGPT, it just makes it so much easier for me to communicate and get the information that I want from ChatGPT. So I'm just going to click again on this button here and I'll say, ChatGPT, can you write me a story in English about a young boy who decides to go to Poland and learn Polish? And he likes it so much that he decides to stay there. And eventually he meets a very lovely Polish lady and he marries her. Can you write that story in English for me at level B2? Okay, off it goes. ChatGPT.
Once upon a time in a small town in the heart of England, there lived a curious and adventurous young boy named Oliver.
And off it goes. ChatGPT is going to write me a story, okay? And it's also going to read that story out to me, okay? So I could get ChatGPT to write me a story about anything, okay? Now, what I could do really usefully now is to say to ChatGPT, and again, I'll turn the audio on. ChatGPT, can you give me 10 useful phrases from the story that you've just written that I need to study before reading the story, as some of the key phrases are going to help me to understand this story?
Certainly, here are 10 useful phrases from the story along with their explanations. Embark on a journey, meaning, to begin a new adventure or undertaking.
Okay, so you can see the power of working with ChatGPT once we're using our voice. It really does completely change the way that we can use this technology. I'll just do one more example. Okay, so if I click here, ChatGPT, and I'm sorry, I've got to click on this here first of all. So let me just click here. ChatGPT, can you make me some true or false questions connected to the story just to check my understanding? Can you make 10 true or false questions about the story and tell me, and so that I can practice my understanding of the story? Okay, and off it's going to go. It's going to make me
Certainly,
write.
here are 10 true or false questions based on the story. Oliver was a young boy from Poland who decided to explore England. True, false, *. Oliver's interest in Poland was sparked by a book he found in a library.
Okay, so you can get ChatGPT to do an incredible number of things. Now, you might be saying to me, well, Russell, this is, this could be great for your practicing your English, your speaking. It's great if you want ChatGPT to make content for you. I continually use this. I mean, I'm using this all the time, absolutely all the time. How am I communicating with ChatGPT? Well, if I just quickly show you, if I go to my let me just quickly come here. Where am I looking for? Bookmark, hang on, extensions. Okay, I'm just going to show you the extension that I'm using. It's called voice control for ChatGPT. Voice control for ChatGPT. Okay, and if I was just to quickly go over to Google, so let me just make sure that I'm sharing my screen so that you can all see this really clearly. I'm just going to jump over to Google. If I write in voice control for ChatGPT for Google Chrome, the one thing about the voice control that I'm using, and it's a very good one because it has multiple languages, is that it needs to be the voice control for ChatGPT for Google Chrome. Just click on this button. That's all you need to do, and click here. Now, my one says remove from Chrome because I've already got it downloaded. Your one will say add to Chrome. All you need to do is click on that button, and then that will become, you will have that on your computer. Okay. Now, when you open up ChatGPT for the first time, you won't see this here. Just click on refresh. Okay. Make sure that you refresh your browser, and then it will load the plugin. How does the plugin work? Well, it's really simple. Choose the language that you want to talk to ChatGPT, and you have a number of languages that you can use. Okay, I've practiced mainly in English and Spanish, but I've also done a little bit of practice in French as well. I'm surprised that it understands me. I'm going to go back to, for example, UK, and I'm going to I'm going to ask it. ChatGPT, can you give me 10 examples of phrasal verbs using give, like give up, give out, give on, give down, etc.? Okay. And then it will do whatever I ask it to really, really quickly. And of course, if I turn on the audio, it will speak to me as well.
Despite his attempts to resist, he eventually gave in to the delicious aroma of freshly baked cookies. Give over, meaning,
really, really good. Very useful. You can see how different it is, the experience of working with ChatGPT when you use the audio. I'm going to stop sharing a minute, just come back, and I'll just turn on my video for a minute. I've got my video on anyway, so good. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so just really quickly, guys. Okay, I wasn't following the chat window, but I'll be very interested. Did you know about that? Was that interesting? Is that something that you've tried yourselves? Okay, it really is very powerful when you suddenly add the when you add the voice to it. Yeah, so to be interested in if you could just write in the chat window and let me know. Okay. Okay, you can obviously, yeah, I'm just looking through some of the questions that people have asked me. Yes, it's a really good idea to give it a word limit. So I'll often say to ChatGPT, can you write me a story, 500 words, level B1? And sometimes I have to tell ChatGPT, can you make that story a little bit easier? And it'll rewrite the story for me. But again, when I'm speaking to ChatGPT, it just makes it much, much easier. Now, the reason that I showed you what I could do in Spanish is because I wanted you to to realize that you don't have to speak perfectly. ChatGPT will be very, very understanding if you decide to work with it in English, okay? And you wanted to, your English wasn't absolutely perfect, because I communicate with it fine in Spanish. In fact, I've even been surprised because, my French is not bad, but it's not brilliant. But it really does allow me to really do a lot of things. Now, I'm going to just show you, because there's not many questions coming up in the window, so I'll push on a little bit. Nice to see that some people are commenting, how practical it is. I can't emphasize, this is a game changer. There's no comparison between the way I used to work with ChatGPT and when I was doing this consultancy with this company, and they said, well, Russell, why are you typing? Just talk to ChatGPT. You can get it to do so many more things, okay? So as I said, I'm very, very lucky, as well as being an educational technologist. I'm actually doing some kind of some consultancy work with some of these companies. Okay, be nice if I could get a little bit more in the chat, in the thing. The problem is that I couldn't see all the what's being written, and please, I don't speak Turkish. You're going to have to speak to me in English if you want me to follow what's going on in the chat. So I'm just going to show you one really clever idea, just so you get someone's just written a really nice comment there about it being a game changer. Watch this. Let me just show you how much of a game changer this really is. Okay, I'm just going to give you one taster, sticking on there, and then we're going to jump over to another tool. We're going to have a bit of fun with another tool. Okay, so I'm going to click over here on share screen, and we'll come back to our lovely okay, I'm back to this is a really nice example of something that you could do. All right, now I've done this in Polish. All right, we'll click on new chat. Okay, this is a really lovely idea. ChatGPT, I want to write a collaborative story with you. So I want you to start the story and then to offer me 3 options, A, B, or C. I'm going to choose the option, and then I want you to continue the story. Each time you write the story, can you just write maybe 4 or 5 sentences and then offer me 3 options? And then depending on what option I choose, you continue the story with another 4 or 5 options. And again, then 4 or 5 sentences, and then offer me again 3 options, A, B, or C. So that we kind of do an interactive story. Can we write the story about a young man who decides to become an English teacher and decides to go to Crete for his first job? Okay, a lot of it knows it's going to start writing me the story, but the interesting thing is what it will do.
Feeling adventurous, Alex chooses to teach English at a local language institute known for its unconventional teaching methods. Which path would you like Alex to take? Type A, B, or C to continue the story.
Okay, so you can see the idea. It's writing the story for me, but it's asking me also to then choose A, B, or C. So it's like an interactive story. And this is really good for me when I practice my Polish, because I can be reading a story in Polish, and then I've got to make a choice, A, B, or C, and then ChatGPT will continue the story for me. Okay, so it's really, really powerful. Now I'm going to just tell ChatGPT one thing. ChatGPT, that is fantastic, but can we keep the story quite simple, because my English isn't that good? Okay, and then hopefully in a minute it will rewrite the story for me and make it a little bit easier. Okay, so and then I can then choose A, B, or C, and it will continue with the next part of the story. So it's really, really powerful way of working. Now at the moment it's just gone a bit quiet. Let me just put B and just see if it responds to that. Okay, it might be I might have to refresh the button. Sometimes when I'm screen sharing to a big group of students on Zoom, especially when I'm using Zoom, it does sometimes do this. Okay, but anyway, you get the idea. It's something that I do a lot when I'm working with ChatGPT.
Certainly. Here's a list of 10 useful words related to football in Polish. Pilka.
Okay, Right, no, sorry, I just clicked onto another page there. So you get the idea. So I really suggest everyone get the download, the extension. It's called, just quickly show you again, it's called Voice Control for ChatGPT. Okay, now I'm going to jump over, guys, and show you. Remember, this is just a taster of some of the things that you would learn if you decide to do the course with me. I am the tutor on the course. I am also the person that's built all the training content. So the whole idea of the course is that it will be a course that will last 3 weeks. You have 3 webinars with me, each one more than just over an hour. And then afterwards, you will have access for that week to video content that will go into more detail. And we're going to kind of focus on 3 major areas, okay? One is the use of ChatGPT and also some other similar tools, because there are other language models around. And we go into quite a lot of detail about what they do, what you could do with them. We give you lots of examples. We show you how to connect them to other technologies. In week 2, we look more at interaction, how you can use AI tools to create interaction with your students, either in the class or for homework. And we look at a few different types of tools that do that. And then in week 3, we focus more on autonomy and on trying to help your students learn. And there are lots of great tools around that we can pass on to our students and help them. So it's only an introduction course to AI, but it does go quite deep. As I said, I have a lot of experience in this area. I've made many videos on YouTube about using AI, and I'm going to show you now one more tool. And again, this is another technology where I have a special insight, because again, this company contacted me, Russell, we want you to do some work with us, and I'm going to just show you this tool. If any of you use Kahoot, then you're going to know this. All right, we're going to have a bit of fun now, but what I want to just show you is just how powerful the AI is in this. And I want to emphasize, guys, I'm only going to show you one thing today. Obviously, on the course, we learn a lot more. But what I'm going to show you is available in the free tool. If any of you are using Kahoot, then Kahoot's quite nice. And I've even worked with Kahoot in the past as well. But Quizzes, I must say, offers more for free. So what we're going to do, guys, is this. Watch this. I'm going to create so it works this time. Otherwise, if not, I've got something else that I'll do with you. All right. So we'll click on Create. And I'm going to click on Quiz, and I'm going to click on Generate from Text. Okay, now this is a beta, so that could be the reason. If not, we could try another way of doing it. All right, don't worry, there are other ways. I'm going to generate from text, and remember, I've already copied that text, and you've actually got up to 10,000 characters, so there really shouldn't be a problem. So I'm just going to paste that text in. I'm going to omit that person because someone's waiting to come in, and I'm going to. Okay, so there shouldn't be any problem here. I've chosen this one here. Okay, good. Okay, the quiz could be turned into a multiple choice. Okay, lovely. Let me just click on here. Okay. Okay, lovely. So hopefully, let's see if it. Okay, we don't need to have the passage. In fact, maybe we do, because that way you can read the passage first and then answer the questions. Okay, so I'm going to click on here. Okay, guys, I'm not sure what's going on, but it's not working. So I'm going to have to jump over. Now, I've got no idea why it's not working. It's not actually, obviously my company or anything, but it isn't working at the moment using that. Let's just try it. Just try another way of using it, just in case for some reason it is clearly saying that it's a beta. So it's something that's in development. So maybe the company that are developing this tool, for some reason that isn't working, but we'll jump over and just try this one, because this is another way that you can use it. You can watch a YouTube video and then get it to answer questions based on the YouTube video. And again, it should automatically generate those questions. I'm going to give it one more try. If not, I'll jump over to another technology, no problem. But let's just try this. So what I'm going to do to make this possible, 1 second, just make sure we got good. Okay, is I'm going to jump over to YouTube. I'll show you a couple of tricks in YouTube now as well at the same time. I'm going to search for a video that we're going to use, and let's do visiting London. So I'm going to just search for visiting London. Okay. Now, so what you can do with this tool, if it works, is that you can paste in the link to a video and it will make a quiz based on that YouTube video. Now, you don't want to have a video that's too long. So the best thing to do is to come over here and click on filters. And what we'll do is we'll choose videos that have got subtitles, because that helps with comprehension. But then we'll also choose a video that's only just under 4 minutes. So it's not too long. Okay. So we got here, how to do London, the basics. We got another one here. Where locals go. Okay, let's try this one because it's only 2 minutes. Okay. Now, hopefully this is going to work. So I'm going to click on this. And then normally what you need to do is to click on the share button and copy this link here. So let's see if this works. Imagine that we wanted to get the students to watch this video and then to answer the questions. Now I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that this works now. I'm going to come back to remember, it does say that it's a beta. So as I said, it might be because it's in test stage. Let's give it one more try because it is, in my experience, a very reliable technology and I've been using it loads. So I'll click on create. I'm going to click on quiz again, but this time I'm going to click on convert URL to a quiz. So I choose this option and I'm going to paste in a link. Okay, allow students to watch the video while answering. We definitely need that option. Now, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, guys, that this time it's going to work for me. Okay, it may be that they're doing some repairs or something like that. So what I've done here is I've simply got a video from YouTube and I'm using the AI in quizzes to automatically generate the questions. So I haven't had to do any work whatsoever. So let's just click on the button and see what happens. Okay. So it looks like it's doing it this time. Okay. Okay, so this time it seems happier. I don't know why the last time it was being funny, but it looks like it's working. Okay, and there it goes. Woohoo! Finally. Okay, very sorry about the example earlier. It didn't work, and I'm not sure why. I really got no way because this is actually more complicated. We're now using a video, but still. So what it's done is it's generated a quiz for me automatically. Okay. And it's already chosen the correct answers and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's play this quiz now with you as a class. Okay, so grab your telephones. You'll get the chance to watch the video first and then answer the questions after. So I'm going to click on publish. Notice I didn't do any work. It took the text, it built the quiz for me. I'm going to click on publish. And we're going to start this quiz. So we're going to do it live. We're going to do classic. Okay, and we're just going to do default classic game. Now, all I need you to do is, if you've got your telephone with you, all you need to do is point your telephone at the QR code on the screen and put your name in and wait for me to click on the start button. So that's one option. If you've got your telephone, just point your telephone at the screen. I can hear people already logging in. Point your telephone at the screen and you will be able to just put in your name and be able to join the game, okay? And then you're going to have to wait for me to start. If you haven't got your telephone with you, I'll give you another option. 1 minute. I'm just going to quickly copy that and I'll come back again. I'm going to click on the link. I'm just going to stop sharing just for 1 quick second. And in the chat window, I'm going to put the link. And you can also, from that link, you will also be able to join. Just click on that link, put your name in, and you'll be able to join. I'll put it in a couple of times. There it is. So you've got 2 ways of linking in, okay? I'll come back again. So go to the link if you haven't got your telephone with you. And if you have got your telephone with you, then if you want to, just use the QR code. Here it is. And you can point at the QR code and you can just join me. Let me just move that out of the way. Okay. Going to give you a couple of minutes to join. Now, when the game starts, you'll get the chance to watch the video first and then answer the questions. Okay. I didn't do anything. Well, I put in the link to the video. The rest of it was all done completely for free. Okay. So it really is, it was just click the button and it made the quiz for me. So this is a really powerful AI technology. One that I've been using time and time and time again. Quizzes.com are one of the first kind of learning softwares that I came across that introduced the AI, and it seemed to work really well. Now we did have a problem today, as you noticed with the text one. I've got 36 of you logged in already. I'm going to wait just one more minute, guys. If you can log in, either click on the link in the chat window or just point your camera at this here and you will be able to log in on your telephone. Okay, so we're going to play a game. It's all about London. You're going to watch a video about London and then you're going to try to answer the questions and we're going to see who's going to win. As soon as I get to 40 people logged in, people are still logging in. And I'm going to have to start very quickly because we're running out of time, guys. So quickly, everybody. I'm up to 41 people. Quickly, log in, get your telephone, point at the screen, join the game. Or if you've got your chat window, if you haven't got your telephone, then just quickly click on the link in the chat window. You can join. Right, we've got 42 of you, 43. I'm going to close that down now. We're going to start the game. You're going to get the chance to watch the video and to answer the questions. Okay, let's click off we go. You should be able to watch the video first and then answer the questions. Okay, I'll turn off the music just for a minute while people. So obviously what you're probably doing at the moment is watching the video and then hopefully once you've done that, you can start answering the questions. Alec has already answered one question. In fact, one of the students has already started and has already got 1,100 points. Yeah, and I'm just waiting for more people to join the game to actually, after you've watched the video, to answer the questions. Okay, I've got Byrne started answering questions now, and now Senate has started answering questions. Good. So at the moment, Hattie is in first place, Rabia is in second place. Hattie's got 2,160 points. So slow. Mr. White's coming up. We still got Hattie in first place and Burak in second place. Then Messit has come into third place now. Give a couple more minutes to finish the quiz. Got 51 players. At the moment, Hattie is leading. Give you 2 more minutes to finish the game. Ahmed has now moved into top place with 3,000 points. Goguhan is second and then Mr. White is third. Give you 30 more seconds to finish. Ahmed is the top at the moment with 3,000 points. There's still a few people who haven't finished, so I'm just going to wait. I can end the game at any point. Okay, so we're going to end the game now, so I'll click on end. 31 of you completed the game from 54 players. And I'm going to end the game at this moment, just because of time. And now it's going to give me a breakdown of the scores. There we go. So well done. So still got a couple more. All right, so immediately it's going to tell me who the winner is. In this case, it is Doguhan. Okay, I hope I'm spelling that correct. I'm not saying that correct. Okay, I've got to just let a couple more people in here. The really nice thing is that afterwards you get a detailed breakdown of exactly how all the students did, what answers they got wrong, what answers they got right. You also get an analysis of all the questions. Now, in that particular one, we watched a video and I asked you to watch the video on your own and then answer the questions. I could have played the video on Zoom and we watched the video first and then gone straight into the quiz. Or I could have done a video, you know, it could have been for homework. You can use this technology either in the class or for homework. It really is very, very flexible. You can use it in lots of different ways. But the power of this tool is, I really like this, I really like the feedback, is first of all, and if I just exit here and we just come back, all right, is that when you, and if I've got many games because I use this really a lot, okay? So if I showed you any of these games, if I just take any of my games, all right? So let's say, for example, I was to take this one here and I click on play, I can either use it for homework. So in other words, you share the link with students and they do that for homework, or you can do what I did, which was do it as a live quiz. So you've always got both kind of options. Okay, so I did it as a live quiz and really I didn't control it. I let you kind of move from one question to the next. I had a free account with quizzes for many, many, many years. Eventually, they contacted me and said to me, Russell, we've seen some of your videos on YouTube about quizzes, and so we're going to give you a paid account. And then they asked me to do some work for them. So I have done some work for this organization in the past, but I am a huge fan of this technology. I don't know what happened today when we tried to do creates. Because when you do a quiz, and I've just shown you again, you've got create from text, create from a document. So you can upload a document and it will generate a quiz from that document. And it can even be a really long document, 5,000 words, 6,000 words. It will work perfectly. So I've done this at university level where we've taken a piece of research and it's generated questions around the research. Or the one I just did with you today was where I shared a link to a video on YouTube. Okay, the lovely thing about this is that the students don't need to have an account, only the teacher needs to have an account. There is no limit on the number of students that can log in and play the game with the free account, which is very different from working with Kahoot. Okay, and obviously the AI didn't work perfect today, guys, I have to admit, but it is very powerful, the fact that it can generate questions from a document, from a text, or from a link. You don't have to do any work, it's all done for you, and that can be really powerful if you want to check students' understanding. All right, sorry that we had a bit of problems with quizzes. I've used this in many live sessions. It was a bit unlucky today that it didn't work. Okay, but anyway, right, guys, that's a little bit of a taster of what the course is about. I'm gonna, cover quite a lot of things on this course. As I said, don't forget, it's not a full course. This is just a real kind of AI essentials. Week 1, we're going to look at ChatGPT, but we're also going to look at Claude. We're also going to look at other systems. I'm also going to show you how ChatGPT can connect in with other technologies. Okay. In week 2, I'm going to do more work on this kind of stuff. We're going to look at interaction. AI tools that can allow you to play games and activities with your students and therefore get more classroom interactivity or interactivity in your homework. And week 3, we're going to focus on learner autonomy and developing learner autonomy. The course will always be right up to date, guys. What I mean by that is if something new comes up between now and the beginning of the course, I will introduce it into the course. Okay, we can only cover those 3 areas. We can't cover everything about AI. There are many, many things, but you will get a great knowledge of ChatGPT. You'll get a great knowledge of things that you could do to make your lessons more interactive using AI. And you'll get some great knowledge of things that you can pass on to students to help them with their autonomy and help them to learn. Okay. Now, I think Abdullah's going to come in and have a little chat and tell you a little bit more about the course. I hope that introduction was interesting. I hope you at least got to see the quizzes, which I encourage you to use. It's free. Okay. And don't forget, get the voice control for ChatGPT. It really is a game changer. Abdullah, over to you if you want to do a little bit of information about how the course is going to run. And thank you very much to everybody.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, actually, for this very, very nice and interesting introduction. Yeah, then everyone, as you could see, it will be a type of a hybrid online and offline course. You will have 3 sessions of online training. Well, we will go much deeper into the technologies that was discussed today. And at the end of the course, you will get to know how to use all these technologies for various purposes, for all groups of learners. And those who work with adults, for example, for academic purposes, we will have a review of AI tools used for academic studies. It's not just for general English or for, let's say, kids, or, yeah, for a specific age group. Well, you know, the course structure, as we said, will be online and offline, 3 live online lessons. Then you will have access code to many offline materials, videos. The dates, as I see here, we're going to start on 13th of January. It will be on Saturdays, almost the same time. We decided to make it 4:30 rather than 4 because some of the schools, private schools here in Turkey at least, we got to know that will be working up until 4. So the 3 live sessions will be on January the 13th. It will be Saturdays. Then 20th and 27th. The webinars will be on taking ChatGPT to a higher level, then using AI to build interactivity, and AI and autonomous learning. Well, we will have an early bird registration. Those who register before the end of this year, I mean 31st of December, will get a bonus. They will have a reduced fee, and the fee has been decided to be $190 USD for early bird for those who register before 31st of December, 12 p.m., let's say Turkish time. And those who register after that, I mean, those who register from the 1st of January, they will have to pay a bit of bigger amount, and that is $230. So, and at the end, there will be a certificate given to you with our ITTC and with, you know, all the lectures will be given by Russell himself. And there will be, just a second, there will be some piece of coursework within 4 weeks after the end of the course.
Yeah, Abdullah, apologies. Well done. I was just about to come in and say, exactly.
Yeah,
lovely. So yes, there is obviously certification, but the certification is based on the fact that you complete the piece of coursework.
Yes.
The coursework is just simply for you to take one of the ideas that I'm going to we're going to present to you on the course, and then to basically write a report about what you did or what you tried. And that will simply be the coursework. Okay, so not going to be a massive piece of coursework, but it's to encourage this to be a very practical course. It's going to be very practical in terms of the content. We'll be doing what I've showed you today, loads and loads of ideas. You can do this, you can do that, and it will be very interactive. So a lot of the time in the webinars, you'll be doing things like you saw with me today, actually interacting with me and playing a game, doing an activity, etc. Okay. I think we've got all the details, Abdullah, so far. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes. Someone is saying, where can we get a detailed information about the course? Well, you can write to us. Tuba, can you share the email here, please? Okay. You can send an email to us, info@ittcturkey.com. All the details will be sent to you if you want to make a quicker decision. And yeah, info@ittcturkey.com. And by the
Abdullah,
way,
will we be sending out, because we have obviously everyone's email who's registered on this course, we will be able to send them out the information anyway. We can send them out the information. We'll send you out. We've got a basic handout about what the course is going to be all about, which we can send to you. And of course, there'll be also the chance, if you decide that you were interested, to make a payment and pay either early bird. If you pay before the 31st of December, then the price will be $190. After that, it then goes up to $230.
Sure. And what else is left? Yeah, we'll share the handout, the introductory handout, as you see here, with all of you. And those who want to register here in Turkey, we'll tell you what to do and what not to do. And those who want to register from outside Turkey, there will be a registration system through the payment system through PayPal, and
we'll set up the alternative payment systems as well for people in case they do want to pay via online rather than pay directly to ITTC. You will be able to do that as well. Just one little point, Abdullah's covered everything, but there was just one thing keep in mind. You will have this content only for a limited period of time. You won't be able to access this course for 6 months afterwards. You will still have access to the course for an additional 3 months on the date that the course finishes. So when we run the course and then we finish, from that date on, you will still have 3 months access to the course, and then we will close down the access code. So please keep that in mind. So make sure that you do work through the materials. Each week you've got a webinar and about an hour's worth of video content from me as well. So you're basically getting 2 hours of training every week, 1 hour live with me, and then 1 hour of very kind of detailed video content where I go into even more detail than in the webinar. And you can watch those in your own time. And of course, we will record the webinars and share the recordings of the webinars with you so you can play those back as well.
Someone is saying, Sayed Hassan Musabi, someone is saying that they don't have the PayPal system back in Iran. Don't worry about that. You can pay in the equivalent in Iranian rial as well. We'll give you the right channel to do that as well. Don't worry about that. You don't have to get USD or, I don't know, Turkish lira or, For that, our office in Tehran, I'll share the details. Those who want to join from Iran, that has been taken care of as well. You can pay in Iranian currency, IR reals. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we're just trying to offer as many different ways of paying as possible. So PayPal is going to be one option, another option is going to be Stripe, and another option is going to be paid directly to the company. So you can make any of those ways of paying.
Okay, great.
I think someone's got their hand up there. Yeah. If you want to write the question in the chat window or turn on your audio.
Great. So, Russell, thank you very, very much again for today's such a lovely webinar. And I'm sure that someone is saying, Kabe is writing, some of registered in the They did not receive the link. Sorry for that. I think we shared the link with almost everyone, but we recorded today's webinar. We could easily share the details with them as well. Don't worry about that. But thank you for reminding that.